You already know what it is. It's your boy Lightwalker X back here with another video regarding the possible spin-offs we could see coming from the Batman universe. Now, I am one to believe that the Batman will be merged with the DCU, but it is up for speculation at the moment because we really don't know what's happening in terms of Batman coming into the overall DC narrative. But for now, we do know that the Batman Part 2 has been pushed back to October of 2027, which gives us 2 full years before we actually get to see the sequel to the film. So between 2022 and 2027, that is a 5-year gap. And there has been discussion regarding there possibly being a Penguin season 2. I do think it would be a mistake to do a season 2 because the first season was so good. And I'm one to believe that you shouldn't embark on doing a season 2 or a sequel if your original intention wasn't to follow up with a sequel. I knew that when they were developing the Penguin, this was just a one-off limited series. But now they said they may have some concepts for season 2. And Matt Reeves has discussed that if he does find a storyline, that they would then push it into development. As much as I would love to see the Penguin in another series, because I think the Penguin season 1 was really good, we already know that the Penguin will be featured in the Batman Part 2 and apparently the Batman Part 3. So he's already confirmed for the 2 follow-up films of this overall series. So I don't think we need to get another season centered on the Penguin. We could definitely get another limited series surrounded by another character in the Batman universe. I think this would be a very good way to develop other characters and other storylines that help further branch out this universe and its overall story. The most popular character outside of the Penguin that I would say stole the show in season 1 would be Sophia Falcone. I think the portrayal was done very well, and they really made her a standout character, and it was very fun to see her on screen. I did like the fact they made her take over the Falcone crime family, and I would love to see where they take this character going forward now that we know that she's still alive at the end of season 1. I think you have an amazing opportunity in creating a spin-off show centered around Sophia and Selina. Maybe the show can start off with Selina breaking Sophia out of the prison, and then maybe the two of them could escape to Bloodhaven, which is a neighboring city to Gotham, where they could wreak some havoc, where they're just doing their own thing, hitting missions together, robbing banks, jewelry, whatever it may be. We know they can get up to all types of mischief together, so it would actually be really cool to see how they could develop their storyline and further develop the universe overall, incorporating maybe other villains. The Penguin can most definitely still appear in the show, but he doesn't need to be a main central figure. We can establish that the Penguin is running Gotham currently, and maybe they could say like, that's the reason why we can't go to Gotham, because the Penguin currently wants us dead. There is a comic book called Gotham City Sirens, which follows Catwoman, Harley Quinn, and Poison Ivy as they get up to all types of no good. I think that this could be a good precursor to that, and that's a storyline that I would love to see. But we would have to develop that first, and we would need a universe of films to get to that point first. And I think this could be a good step to have maybe Zoe Kravitz come back and partner up with her half-sister to wreak havoc all across Bloodhaven. I think that would be pretty cool. It would be nice to see how they could develop some other characters, maybe some other antagonists from the Batman universe that we know. Overall, there is a lot of opportunity there with that storyline, and in turn, it can give us some entertainment and world building in between your films, since we do have a long wait ahead of us. Now, there may be other spin-offs. I do think that they are working on some other projects. We do know Clayface is confirmed in the DCU, and Matt Reeves is producing that film, but we don't know if it will connect to Robert Pattinson's Batman, so we'll have to wait for that. My opinion, I think it will, and it's just my idea that they're kind of just going to bring everything together where Matt Reeves is in charge of everything that's Batman related under the universe, but we'll have to wait and see. Speaking with MTV News, Reeves addressed whether he intends to create more spin-offs following the Golden Globe winning success attained by the Penguin. Though Reeves is intrigued by adding more series to his Batverse, he insists completing the oft-delayed Part 2 is his main objective. I would love to do more. Reeves also reiterated the desire to continue the Penguin for another season, but wants to get Part 2 going before seeing where things go. We're talking about doing the second season of the Penguin, but my big priority is to get the Batman Part 2 shooting and going, Reeves said. And then it'll be exciting where we'll go from there. Yeah, because getting a Penguin season 2 before the Batman Part 2 would be odd, because the ending of the Penguin season 1 ends with the bat signal. right? So it is supposed to directly continue off of the Penguin season 1, so we can get season 2 before the Batman part 2. I think that creates a wonderful opportunity to expand your universe with other characters, and the storylines could be later on, past the Batman part 2, or could be prior. We know Catwoman left Gotham as soon as the ending of Batman part 1, so we can see what she got up to leading up to the moment where Sophia is in Arkham Asylum, right? I think that would be pretty cool. So in my opinion, I do think once the Batman part 2 begins production, which I do believe it is slated to start this summer, we could hear more news regarding a second season of The Penguin. We could hear more news about a spin-off series or a continuation series, probably in 2026. I think maybe towards the end of the year, going into next year, Matt Reeves is going to be in full creative mode. And once the story and the production is flowing, he may have ideas or concepts for other stories. And he will probably get some real-time announcements late this year going into next year about what the next potential series can be. Because let's say they start filming this late summer and production is just estimated 8 months or so. Let's say they complete filming by spring of 2026. They still have all of 2026 and most of 2027 for pre-production, but that can also give them the opportunity to greenlight another series and possibly get a season of that series done before the Batman Part 2 comes out, or it could release sometime after the Batman Part 2, maybe in December or early 2028. What other spin-offs would you like to see? If it's not a Penguin season 2, I would love to see how they establish a Scarecrow in this universe. And if they're already not going with that storyline for the sequel of the Batman, then a Scarecrow series I think would be pretty cool to see, maybe him experimenting in Arkham Asylum and testing his fear gas and developing his character, his psyche. That would be pretty nice. Also a Two-Face courtroom drama series predating before he gets the acid burn on his face. That'd be a nice way to develop the government side of things in Gotham and to see how the structure of corruption is still embedded within the institutions that are supposed to serve the city. And of course, they could also just say Penguin Season 2. It's very likely that they may actually bring back Penguin Season 2, and I'm all for it. At the end of the day, I would prefer for them to keep it a limited series, but if they got the idea, I am not doubting them because they have been writing their asses off with the Batman and Penguin Season 1. So I'm very excited to see what else they could develop from this universe. And to be honest, if they are going to develop the Bat family down the line, I think Matt Reeves got it. I don't really want to see it told in any other way. I think he has the potential to actually finally adapt that story, and we haven't seen it in live action yet, and I think it's time. And I do believe in Matt Reeves and his entire team to bring what we want to life. So let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think we're going to get a Catwoman and Sophia spinoff series? Do you think we're going to get a Penguin Season 2? Do you think we'll get Scarecrow, Two-Face, or anyone else? Poison Ivy, maybe? That would be pretty nice. Let me know what you guys think down below. I do appreciate you guys watching and supporting. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Stay blessed and stay tuned.
Tell me, I don't want to talk on no selling. You know I got language barriers. There's no accent you can sell me. You're cold and ivory, you know I'm a selfish. The crown is heavy. I pray they ain't my real friends. If not,